Happy Sunday night to you all. This is the introduction to this website at GoDaddy. You might not be aware that it's on GoDaddy, but you typed in pharaohschariots.com. And you might be saying to yourself, wow, Egypt, pharaohs, war in Libya, and Egypt, we just had a war. We could get off into that and pull out the Bible and show you the prophecies in Ezekiel where the order of countries taken, that the man of sin would do this. And it's in that order, but we're not going to do that right here. We're just going to say hello and tell you there's a whole lot more data coming at you. Hey, did you like that little blue clothes iron there? That runs on gasoline. It's made by the Coleman Company. I believe it came out in 1952 or 54, somewhere in there. And it runs on gasoline. If you look at the picture on the right-hand side, well, on the right-hand side of the picture, but on the rear of the iron is a little container, kind of a spherical, I guess it's kind of a cylinder, kind of like the Earth, an oblate spheroid. It's not dead round. And that's where the gasoline goes. And what we're doing here is, oh, I'm so rude. I don't know who you are, but you certainly can send us an email or something. We haven't set that up yet, but we shall. This is a letter. We've sent 2 letters out before we bothered with any of you. One was to the President of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama, and being Commander-in-Chief and sitting in the White House in the chair of the President, Commander-in-Chief of the United States. And the other is an attorney for the Federal Trade Commission. And I have a copy of Mr. Haynes' letter here. I thought it'd be a nice way for an introduction. So we're going to start at the very back of Mr. Haynes' letter, where it says, sincerely yours and all of that, and then says who it is. I'm George Lee Harris, Jr. I am the founder, President, founder, CEO, and Chairman of the Board for the Energy Research Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization up underneath Pharaoh's Chariots. I'm also the founder of Pharaoh's Chariots. We're a pending LLC. What we would like to do is do something that doesn't happen with American corporations. An organization of Americans, by Americans, for Americans. And we'd like to keep everything real small. So as far as any contributions or something to this project, and we're going to ask you much later on, but we've settled pretty much on $5. And to have more than that, all of a sudden comes a thing with tax refunds and on, and $5. If you can't part with $5, then obviously in this information that will come at you, and absolutely the gigabytes, there's nothing there that you found to help your wife from having a breast removed, your daughter from being killed by Gardasil, and now your son, and lousy food and genetically modified corn. I heard something today on shortwave. It was just scary. Maybe it was yesterday. About how corn, products from corn, GMO corn, the people that are ingesting this stuff, 90 days after they eat, there's organ damage that's evident. And that's in human beings. Well, let's get to this letter we sent to Mr. William L. Haynes. You might say, well, why send a letter to an attorney? Attorneys are no good. Well, this guy is in a position to protect the American consumer. To protect the consumer from anybody who would lie and falsely represent high mileage claims for devices on gasoline-powered motor vehicles. And we previously sent a letter to him, so I'm just going to read you the letter. And it should pretty much tell you everything you need to know for this introduction. But you will see a lady in these presentations. Her name is Teresa Rowe. And she has been in a wheelchair, I guess, since, birth. I guess she couldn't operate that one then. When you're a year or 2 old, you can't operate a power chair. And she is our charitable work for the year. And we'll be sending out some other information, DVDs and such, to prominent and wealthy people that could help her directly. She has a need of medical care, specifically dental surgery and some corrective work, orthodontics, teeth removed, and being essentially a quadriplegic and she has the kind of damage that makes it to where for her to have plates in, if she sneezes and she's out in her power chair, she's going to spit her teeth in the street. And then here she is in the chair and has to get all the way down, pick up her false teeth out of the gravel, with which hand, the one that doesn't work or the one that does, so she needs the help. We're going to go ahead and read this William L. Haynes letter to you. Keep this introduction short, and we'll have to get some other stuff, table of contents and other videos uploaded. But for right now, we're going to do this, and this will probably remain until our Father comes for us. Well, this is the William L. Haynes letter, 8 of 19. That's the 19th of August, 2011. Across the top of the page, it says Yahweh, the 4 letters of the Tetragrammaton. William L. Haynes, Attorney, Federal Trade Commission, 600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C., 20580. Hi, Bill. Good morning. What's so good about it? Question mark, exclamation mark. Plainly, we're alive, and we can make the necessary changements or adjustments to our world for real and permanent good. A quote by Andrew Carnegie. Our last pertinent contact went out as a worldwide press release in 1992. The time of said release was tandem to George Herbert Walker Bush taking his trip to Korea, Japan, China, etc. with the boys from Motorola and others, while Leah Iacocca took his boys in her own jet. The Chrysler corporate aircraft came home first, and Lee made no bones about the straight screwing that was coming to U.S.A. Our worldwide press release, which also went to Deborah Blevis for an energy-efficient America, Rudd Pauling of Ford Motor Company, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and many, many others. And your FTC was entitled, Catalytic Converters Are Obsolete. Something new then, our newest now. Our newest then was a gasifying carburation system for gasoline-powered anythings. Even though our gasified gasoline burns like natural gas with all the attendant benefits of power increase, fuel use reduction, and attendant carbon reduction, current engine designs were and are pitifully incapable of benefiting from gasoline when gasified. They and their pollution controls, ditto minuscule power output, are not what America, the world, all the frogs and fishes, or what that most infamous and cagey of creatures, man, needs or wants. Hence the creation of a new entity, Pharaoh's Chariots, LLC, pending, to manage the production, testing, and licensing of our new engine for the internal combustion of gasified gasoline. We're looking at 800% increases in fuel economy and a similar decrease in 2CO2 carbon. In conclusion, the reason we contacted you way back in 1992 was with our understanding that you were the go-to Federal Trade Commission attorney whose job it was to go after false claiming high mile per gallon devices for automobiles. Were we right then? And if we still are, good. But if not, could you please update our FTC IQ? And then it ended plainly. Sincerely, George Lee Harris, Jr. Thank you, and all the cordiality implied. The first one we sent out was back then. We sent another one out about a month ago. First one came back unanswered. The man works there for 20 years, and we had the room number and the floor number, so it's been a month. They haven't sent it back. Mr. Obama's letter, there was no attached to anything. They haven't responded, but they're spending $500 million at a whack with Solera and this one and that one, and the electric car got another $500 million or $1.5 billion, and then that company went off to Sweden. So they're not helping you. But together we can do this. And I am convinced with 1/6 of the population, I'm sorry, that's not right, 1/6 of 1/10 of 1%. That is, there are 300 million of you, actually 312 million in America. But with 300 million, 10% of that would be 30 million. And 10% of that would be 3 million, so that's 1%. And then 10% of that would be 300,000. So 1/6 of that would be 50,000 of you. So 1/6 of 1/10 of 1%, 50,000 of you find a $5 bill you're not using. We have $250,000 at that point. We can go forward with this automobile that we're going to put on the track in Las Vegas, the one where the man got decapitated in the IRL car. And I've had friends tell me, oh, that didn't hurt the track. They don't need to, reinstate or elevate their position with the public, because everybody likes a wreck. And I'm like, nah, not everybody. I think there's 50,000 of you. Even if out of the 2 million truckers that are out there, well, 1/4 of you guys, would that be no, that'd be a 500,000. So, well, you can do the math. So this is for you. This is part A, the gasified gasoline. We are designing an engine to run on gasified gasoline. That's part B. We're making a gift of part A. This is our gift to you. If you need a document, send us $5. We send you a certificate saying, I'm a participant and I accept my portion of the gift of part A for the gasification of gasoline. Well, we'll get more into this, but this is our introduction. Oh, and for every $5 you send us, we contribute $1 to Teresa's tooth fund for her teeth. She needs 25 grand. 8 grand for teeth, 8 grand for orthodontics and other work, maybe making, what do they call them, implants, and then transportation and hotel rooms. So there's, say, $8,000 figures, and that might sound a lot to you, but, well, I guess it is a lot. But you can't buy much of a new car for $25,000. I mean, you can get a nice one, but you're not getting a new Lincoln or a new Cadillac, And there you are. That's where we're at. There'll be a whole lot more to come. I'm George Lee Harris, Jr., and our post box is in the fine state of Tucumcari. Well, that's the city. Post office box 455, Tucumcari. That is Tucumcari, New Mexico, 88401-0455. And if you want to call us, our phone number is
954 330 2049.
2049. Play it back, get the number, send us something, tell us we stink, tell us we're nuts, but don't tell us we're not altruistic. A-L-T-R-U-I-S-T-I-C. That means we're in it for you, not us, for you, for all of us. Let's do something together. Let's have something going on in this country that will be something besides the news and the death and the crap, because there are miracles happening by the thousands weekly, and we're going to have that little, what do we call it, oh my God, here's all these people doing wonderful stuff. Have a great day. Sleep well. Yahweh bless you. Good night.